How do you feel about like, I'm on social media, so I'll see like, brand new blue belts like, yeah, I want to have my own school one day. Like, how do you feel about those kind of guys?
I tell you guys, man, just be patient, because blue belt, you think about it, blue belt's a long time from black belt. You're probably looking
Hmm.
at the average person from blue to blue black, you're looking at another 7 to 8 years. If you're a
Jesus.
competitor. You know, um,
That's if they make it a black belt.
yeah, assuming they're a black belt. So opening a school as a blue belt, you're still learning, and now you're teaching a team. So if you don't have, as much knowledge you can over the years, then it's going to be
Hmm.
hard to leave. You're going to have to pull someone in, like a black belt, upcoming black belt, or that's already established black belt, and you got to pay that person. And
Hmm.
sometimes, your gym, you don't have that money to pay them, especially opening a gym. I taught other classes. My partner Sean taught other kids classes. We can't afford other instructors, at the beginning. So if
Hmm.
you're a blue belt, I highly recommend to wait a little bit, just train and network and get to know people, and just, enjoy your time, because when you're teaching, it's different. You don't,
Yeah.
you get tired. You come in, you want to, some days I want to be a student, and some days I go to Atlanta headquarters and I miss being a student and just kind of do my own thing and having a
Hmm.
teacher run the program. It's different. And, as you know, Alex, I always ask you when you're like, hey, how does it feel like to be a teacher in Sweden? You're like, it's okay. I'm like, what do you mean?
Uh,
And I now I understand, like
hmm.
it's great, but you have to teach, and you're a leader, and sometimes you can't train all the time that you want to. I mean, you can train, but by the time you're teaching and then you're training, you're already kind of tired from like maybe 3 classes ago,
Yeah.
and you're
It's like
like
your
kind of
brain, it's a different
dehydrated.
type of tired. Like your brain, like you're teaching, your brain's fried, and then like you gotta train and your brain's fried.
Yes, yes, exactly, exactly. And
Uh,
and then your students are trying to go for you, and you're like still like in the mindset of teaching, and you're just kind of tuned out. And then
hmm.
maybe like the second row, you're kind of like back in it, but it's not always the case. But it is teaching, and training is different.